Hello everybody, it's the Irish Angel here, and today I'm going to be making strictly YouTube advertiser friendly content. Yay! Look, some puppies. Yay! Do you want to learn how to make a piece of trash out of other pieces of trash in less than 5 minutes? Well, join me because that's YouTube advertiser friendly. Yay! Look, I'm surrounded by kittens, and now I'm surrounded by flowers. Yay! Alright lads and lassies, that should be enough to keep the YouTube algorithm off my ass. It's demon time. Alright lads and lassies, well welcome back. Now, it will come as no shock to any of you that I was recently demonetized from YouTube. Got a few issues with it and a few things that I think I need to be a bit more reasonable about myself. Now, first off, before I continue, I want to say a massive thank you to every member of the community. There has been a massive outpouring of just love for my channel and others over the past past week or so, and it's just been incredible. It's quite frankly blown me away. Although looking back now, I'm not surprised because you guys have always been such an amazing support to me and other creators. And I can't thank you enough. I received an amazing card, an e-card last night that was tagged by a whole load of people. It was just awesome. It meant so much to me. I want to thank everybody who has become a Patreon and who has sent their super chats through PayPal. It has gone a long way. I've read all those messages and I really thoroughly appreciate it. You have no idea. So we're going to talk about YouTube demonetization, censorship and all of that kind of stuff. I want to just get into a few of my thoughts. Now, this isn't a structured video. I'm not, as you guys know, I don't script my videos. I just kind of talk as I feel, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So first off, I want to talk about the effects of demonetization on a channel. Doesn't matter how small the channel is, the effects are very much the same. And it comes in a few different ways, it comes in a few different forms. Now, if I had an enormous channel with millions of subscribers and, tens of millions of views, I'd probably be a lot more pissed off, because then you're talking about big money. There was recently a video done where I think the average income for a 1 million view video is only about $2,000, which is not an insignificant amount of money, don't get me wrong, but you would expect it to be a lot more, but it just isn't. So when it comes down to YouTube or Google ad revenue, it's not a big deal. It has a minor impact on your income. My biggest video is about 20,000 views, and I think for that video I got maybe $16. So just to put that into perspective, when most of my videos average in around 3,000 or 4,000 views at the moment. Hopefully you're watching this in the future and you're looking back, watching this on your iPad and, on Mars thinking, wow, he only had 5,000 subscribers back then. Now he's got, 2 trillion. I'm thinking, billion on Earth and the rest on Mars. But anyway, that's a different story. We'll get there in about 60 years. But here's the thing. When YouTube demonetize a channel, there's a few things that they're doing. Not only are they removing a fairly insignificant revenue stream in the term of, in ads, but they're also removing the really significant revenue stream, which is channel members, of which I had about 70 or 75, which was amounting to a nice amount of money, enough for me to be able to invest in new equipment, new software. I just bought a new computer after, about 4 months of saving up the revenue from the channel, putting it right back into the channel. The reason I wanted to do that is so I could get a better computer so that my streams wouldn't keep dropping and I would be able to bring guests on and actually have them on the screen. That was the plan. I'm still getting the computer. I'm still getting it because I'm going to stream anyway. They're not going to stop me. They are not going to stop me. Unless they completely nuke my channel, they're not stopping me. So what I've done is I set up a Patreon. I've got quite a few patrons over there. I will now ask for anybody who is already a member of the channel, feel free to remove your membership, because I don't want YouTube to get any of that money just now. Not while this is unresolved. We can go back into this partnership in the future if they're willing to allow that, but for now I don't want them to get a fucking dime out of me or out of you. So if you want to support my channel, you can head over to my Patreon. There's a link in the description down below. Or if you want to, you can just make a donation on PayPal, basically like a super chat. And I'm going to get to that in a minute, why PayPal is better than super chats. But as I said, we'll get there. So what they do when they remove this revenue stream, it is not just the ad revenue. That's insignificant. I don't care about the ad revenue. It is so small that it really makes no difference to a channel. What I care about is the memberships and the super chats, and I'll explain why. It's not just about the money. In fact, that's kind of the lesser issue with it. The main thing is with the memberships, members got extra benefits, and that's a good thing. I understand some people can't afford to get memberships, and that's fine. I was there myself recently. I totally get that. But members get extra content. Now, admittedly, I didn't put out a lot of members-only content, but now I am on Patreon. Because I'm asking you guys to go out of your way and do a lot of stuff for me. I want to give back extra for you. Anybody who donates on PayPal will get essentially the same benefits as a Patreon if they're not already one, and that is that I will send them the links to the Patreon only videos. Don't worry, you're not missing out that much. And if you really want to see it and you can't afford to be a Patreon or to send a PayPal donation or whatever, I totally understand. Just message me on Discord or email me and I'll send you a link. No problem. I'm not going to paywall anybody. I hate that. So I get it. Not everybody can support the channels financially. Some of you guys who have reached out to me who haven't been able to support the channel financially have gone out of your way to help me in other ways. Way more than money. Some of you guys, you know who you are, retweeting everything at YouTube, sharing my links with friends, liking, commenting, and always being there. Not to mention the beautiful messages that I've received from people over the past week. It's been incredible. Money can't buy that. This is friendship. This is love. Money cannot buy that, and money cannot replace that. And that is why I'm still here. And that's why I'm not fucking leaving. And I mean that. Because I genuinely love this community. I love you guys. You have done so much for me in the past year. And I've enjoyed every single video I've made because I've done it with you guys in mind. And I know how much sorry, I get a bit teared up here. I know how much my channel means to some of you guys. And that's not me being big-headed. That's me acknowledging what some of you have told me about how my style of comedy gets some people through the day. And that's really important to me. And that's another reason why I would never stop doing this. Ever. Now, with that, let's move on. With the demonetization from YouTube, another thing they're telling you is that your content isn't good enough for our platform. And if you're not monetized and they're not making ad revenue from you, guess what? They are not going to recommend your channel anymore. Why would they? Why would they waste space on their homepage for a channel that's not going to make them any money whatsoever? I can understand that from a business point of view. I don't like it. I do agree with it, however, but I don't agree with how they implement what they do. I have a big problem with that. It drives me insane. You can do dildo reviews on YouTube and show them being used and be monetized, apparently, from what I've heard. But you can definitely still have your memberships, you can still have your super chats, and you can also have paid promotion on those channels promoting dildos. Now that is totally fine. I haven't got a problem with that in the least, none whatsoever. If you want to do a plastic penis review, that's on you. If you want to watch that, that is completely up to you. More power to you. Should you be monetized? Sure, why not? An adult clicking on a link to watch a video that they want to watch, receiving an ad, in my opinion, is a perfectly reasonable transaction. Most of the people that watch these videos, my videos, enjoy my content. You get a few hate subscribers. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your dislikes. And thank you for your nasty comments, because it all helps the algorithm. But anyway, if you decide to click on something and there's an ad, that's on you. You decided to click it, that's great. Now, I understand some things definitely need to be age restricted, and as a result, we'll probably not receive as much ad revenue. That's guaranteed. Ad revenue on children's videos, it doesn't. I'm not sure how it works, but you're gonna close in your viewer base a little bit, so there's gonna be less ad revenue. But I'm cool with that. I'm okay with a lot of my stuff being age restricted. I swear a lot. I cover some kind of nasty content. Age restrict me by all means. I'm totally fine with that. Now, The thing about it though is when it comes to demonetization, it is so much more than your AdSense revenue. Again, it is insignificant. But what I don't understand is how they can justify the removal of memberships and super chats. Now, the reason I say that is, number one, YouTube still get a cut from it. That goes without saying. In fact, they get a massive cut from it, and I'll be explaining that in just a minute. But if you're watching my video and you enjoy my content enough to become a member, that is a transaction between me and you with YouTube as the middleman. How does my content affect your ability to decide whether or not you want to be a member? And why should YouTube be allowed to decide what you are allowed to be a member of and what you are not allowed to be a member of? You, the viewer, you, the member, have made the decision that you like my content enough to support me financially to ensure that I can keep doing what I'm doing. That is your choice. A big corporation telling you, sorry, your choice is wrong, in my opinion, is bullshit. Sorry for the swear word, YouTube, whatevs. Same goes for super chats. If you're watching my live stream or you're watching one of my videos with a premiere on and you think, I like this guy, I like the work he's put into this video, I'm going to send him a donation, that is between you and me, and YouTube gets their cut. Why does their advertiser friendliness affect your decision to make a donation to me? It doesn't. This is a scare tactic. They know that creators rely on memberships and donations. We don't rely on ad revenue unless you're a huge channel. So by saying to somebody, if you don't keep us sweet so we get our ad revenue, we are going to take away your ability to earn money. In a private transaction between two individuals, using them as a middleman. Now you say they are the middleman and it's their platform. Absolutely, I agree. But can you see what they're doing here? They are telling us that if you don't provide the content we want you to provide, we're going to take away all of your opportunity to make money. And if we don't like it even more than that, we're going to nuke your whole channel. Why did I get demonetized? Well, I don't know for sure why I got demonetized. I have a theory, but I don't know for sure why. I reached out and I asked them, can you please tell me what I said when I said it that has resulted in my channel getting demonetized? They said, no bueno, sorry, not sorry. They will not tell me what I've done wrong. Now, they did nuke one of my videos, which was my response to Daniel Pratt telling me to permanently nighttime myself. If you guys know what I'm talking about, I can't even probably say the word. That's how bad this is. He can make a video telling me to, make myself take the room temperature challenge, but I can't respond and defend myself and my friends, and YouTube nuke my video and not his. Now, do I think that his video should be nuked from YouTube? Not really. I think that there should be a fair application of the rules. That's what I care about. I don't like the idea that I make a response video, I get nuked, and the video that originally made this accusation and then called me some of the most horrific things you could call a human being, and then tell me to do one of the most horrific things that a human being can do, and that video is still up. That's what I have the problem with. Do I think that flat earther channels should be monetized? As long as they're not spreading hate, yes, absolutely they should. If I am a human being and I am an adult and I decide I want to click on a flat earth video because I either find it entertaining or informative, I don't know how, but if I did decide that as an adult, I have the right to do that. And I should be allowed to do that, and it should be monetized in my opinion. Now, if an advertiser says, I don't want my ads on a flat earth video, that's their decision. If I was the advertiser, I wouldn't want my ads on that platform. I'm sure there's some, Trump Association or some prepper platform that would love to have ads on those channels, because let's face it, that's the kind of people who watch those channels. I'm not taking a swing at preppers by any stretch. I'm a prepper. Not that kind of prepper, but I am a prepper. I'm always prepared. But so you see what I'm saying? There's always an avenue, there's always an outlet for somebody. But they decide to use it against you, use your ability to earn money against you. If you don't provide the cuddly, cutesy, bootsy shit that we want, we're going to take everything from you with no explanation and absolutely no warning. And that's what happened to me. My video got nuked, boom, channel gone, demonetized immediately. No warning. Now, this is supposed to be the YouTube partnership program. Partnership, my ass. Partnership is two entities working together for a common good, or to make money, or whatever the case may be. This is not a partnership. This is serfdom. They're telling you, if you don't do what we tell you, we're taking everything from you. Now, if I came on here and was, spreading hateful rhetoric, fine, get rid of my ass. I'm good with that. I would deserve that. And I would expect them to do that because they do have to protect themselves and they have to protect their advertisers. I get that. If I was in their position, I would do the exact same thing. That still, however, does not explain their reasons for taking away somebody's super chats or memberships, because that's the viewer's decision to support that channel. They're not being forced to do it like they would be with some unskippable videos, etc. That is a decision that an adult has taken on their own to support a channel. Now, I'll just remind you the other ways you can support my channel now as a result of all of this is through Patreon and through PayPal if you want to leave a super chat, which brings me on to my next point. But before I do, somebody also said that I should set up an Amazon wish list. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. I will do it. It should be a bit of fun. I think people can add stuff to it. I'm not sure how it works. I'll look into it. It's definitely very interesting. And something about Streamlabs donations, which I'll be trying to figure out as well. It's not easy for somebody who's computer illiterate, such as myself. But anyway, here's why I think PayPal is actually better than Super Chats, and then a couple of reasons why it's not. Number one, Super Chat is a paywall, obviously, and you're limited to how many words you can say for a set amount of money. So if you donate $1, you say nothing. If you donate $2, I think you get like 50 letters, 50 characters. If you donate $5, it's 150, and so on and so forth. And the more money you donate, the more you can put in your Super Chat. Now, I'm the kind of creator that believes that all super chats should be read out. I think the majority of creators that I, am engaged with do. Some of the bigger channels obviously can't. It's amazing to watch some channels. You see the super chats just flying up. It's incredible. And I'm sure we all wish we could be there. And if we all keep working, we might. Not me, because I'm demonetized. But maybe my other channel, The Lost Irishman, link in the description down below, will. It's a totally different thing. It should be YouTube friendly. I don't see a reason why that would be demonetized, but I'm sure they'll come up with something. But anyway, so why is PayPal a better option than Super Chats? Well, number one, you can write as many characters as you want, I think, or certainly a lot more. You get a lot more bang for your buck. Number two, it goes directly to the creator. It's immediate. And when I say creator, I don't mean like flat earth creator. I mean me, the creator. It goes directly to that person to be used straight away. You don't have to wait a month for YouTube to pay you out after they've taken their 30% or more cut off of it and taxed it and all the rest of it. So when you send a PayPal, usually you might get charged a little bit, and I think I get charged a little bit, but it's cents. It's cents on the dollar compared to 30% of the income. The other good thing about it is that it can be used straight away, as I said. It can be used immediately. So if I need, if I need some lights and I'm completely broke and I've got nothing whatsoever, and I go, guys, I'm going to do a live stream where I do stupid shit in the background, PayPal me and I'll buy some lights, for argument's sake. Then you guys can PayPal me and I can immediately use that money to buy lights if that's what I need to do, or whatever the case may be. So it is better in that regard. But now here's a reason why it's not as good. A reason why it's not as good is because it, first of all, doesn't come up on the screen. People don't see their name, and people like that. I like that when I send a super chat to see it pop up. It's, you get a buzz out of it. That's the first reason. The second reason is it's off platform. It's nice and convenient to have that super chat option right there in the side chat, and it's a bit of fun. It is a bit of fun. Now, there's another thing about Super Chats that where it's not as good as PayPal, and that is that through Super Chats, you cannot swear, and there's certain words that you're not allowed to say, unsurprisingly, because it's YouTube. PayPal, you can say whatever the fuck you want, so just bear that in mind. So there's pros and cons to both for sure, but my preference right now is PayPal, because fuck YouTube. They don't deserve your money, and they don't deserve my money. So screw them. But I will still pay for premium, because I rather pay for premium than watch ads on every video. That's just the way it is. That's the way I am, and I do not apologize for that. That's for my convenience, not for them. People are going to say ad blockers. Dudes, come on. You know me, I can't use computers, so there we go. Anyway, whoa, this is going to be a while. The other reasons why YouTube demonetization is unfair There's many reasons. It affects people's mental health. It fucking killed me when I heard that this had happened. I've spent a year now pretty much working on this channel every single day for hours a day. I have missed very little over the past few months, you know, in terms of making videos daily, editing, buying stuff, making shit, coming up with ideas, interacting with the chat, responding to comments, all sorts, researching. The amount of time that goes into it is actually staggering. And when you start to make regular content, you'll see it is a staggering amount of work. So for it to be immediately stripped away with absolutely no warning is crushing. It is crushing. Now, at the time this happened, and again with no warning, if they had said to me, this video violates our terms of service and this is why, can you please remove it? Otherwise we'll demonetize you. Cool beans, your platform, let's do it. Let's work together in this partnership. And I will remove that video, or whatever the case may be. I might choose to fight it and lose my monetization, and then it's on me pretty much. But no warning. That's crushing. It's instant. Now, at the time, when it could not have happened at a worse time. That's the truth. It could not have happened at a worse time than when it did. I had just gotten news, a little bit of bad news about my, I've got a tumor in my hand, basically, my thumb. And I got a little bit of bad news about that. I won't get into it right now, but I got some bad news about it. So I was already feeling down in the dumps. As I told you, Mrs. Demon's father, sadly, is not doing too well. So we have to go back to Ireland to care for him. Moving back to Ireland in a few months' time with 2 dogs during a pandemic, a global pandemic, is not easy. It is stressful. The house we're living in right now is being sold, so we have random people coming to look at this fucking house, and it's really irritating to have people walking through your home and just turning up every few days. It's very irritating. It's stressful too. And then of course there's the stress of running a business, which I am, and then there's the stress of running a YouTube channel, which I put hours every single day into. So I was going through a lot of stress. I was not sleeping at all. I was getting like 3 hours a night. I had no time with Mrs. Demon. I had no time to just relax and watch movies. Nothing. So I was exhausted. And then I got the news. I had a really bad day. I was really upset all day. Was just feeling like absolute trash all day. And the exhaustion and everything got the better of me. And I had a massive seizure. First time ever. And I ended up in an ambulance. I woke up in the back of an ambulance, spent the night in hospital. It was a rough time. So yeah, they really picked their time. That's for sure. But then you guys all started, I was ready to pack it in. I was like, fuck this, it's not worth it. I'm just going to put this hours that I put into my channel, I'm now going to put into my other job, because this is just not worth it. Just being immediately nuked with no warning. So I was like, fuck this. And I had my finger hovering over the trigger to hit delete channel. I genuinely was so close. And Mrs. Demon was like, look, do me a favor, give it a few hours and think about it. And I'm glad I did, because within that few hours, the messages started pouring in, the love started pouring in. And then I was like, okay, now is the time to stand up against this bullshit. So lads and lassies, that's my experience with demonetization. This is what it does to people. And I am worried about my friends and other creators who make similar content to me, and some might say harsher content. It's coming for all of us. It came for MC Toon. He was fighting against, see, I can't even say it. The number after 4, the letter after F, conspiracies. He was fighting against that, and now his video where he was fighting against that got nuked. No context. That's the problem with this algorithm. You saw it with Markiplier, a whole load of people get nuked, and it's out of fucking control. We need to push YouTube to be a little bit more fair. It has been an absolute mess for years. And people rely on YouTube, not just for income, but for entertainment and to just stay sane sometimes, especially during a global pandemic. Big corporations like this, they have the money, they have the resources. Google is one of the most powerful companies to ever have existed. And you're telling me that you can't afford to hire somebody to manually review videos. Maybe not every video, we get it, there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but you can't hire somebody when there's a shitstorm brewing to go and actually just watch the video and be like, okay, he did nothing wrong, this is just taken out of context. But anyway, lads and lassies, I've been going on far too long. I want to say a massive thank you for all of your support. It has absolutely touched me, and I really do appreciate it. I ask you to consider becoming a Patreon. It goes a long way towards helping my channel, and consider leaving a super chat through PayPal. Again, that also goes a long way. And get on Twitter. Even if you don't have an account, even if you hate Twitter for personal reasons, hop on there just once. That's all I ask. Hop on there, go to my Twitter link, which is down below, and just retweet the tweets at YouTube, and retweet the retweets and the retweets of the retweets of the retweets. Get their attention. But be nice, don't be nasty, because it's going to get us all nowhere. Lads and lassies, thank you so much once again for everything. Gurv Mila Mahagud and Sláinte.